Good day! Continuing in discussion natin sa number sequences, we'll take a look at our first specific type of a number sequence. And this is what we would call the arithmetic sequence. Hindi siya arithmetic sequence. It's arithmetic, parang adjective. Dinidescribe mo yung property ng sequence. Yung sequence na to ay arithmetic. Before we define kung ano ang isang arithmetic sequence, I want to look at this sequence of numbers and try to construct both the recursive and explicit definitions itong mga number sequences na to. So yung first ay 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. And ano yung pattern na na-observe natin? To get to the next term, we're just adding 3. So the next term is 20. So how would we define this recursive sequence? Pause natin and try nyong gawin sa notebooks. And we'll compare answers. So, I hope ginawa nyo siya, and let's compare our answers. So, this would be the previous term plus 3 to get to the next term. And we specified that the first term is equal to 2. Ang ating explicit definition ay the nth term is just 3 times kung pang ilan siya, 3 times n, minus 1. So, to get to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th term, that is 3 times 7 minus 1, that's 20, which is what we were able to get earlier. In this sequence, ganun din, hanapin natin yung recursive and explicit. I'll pause it again para try nyo hanapin on your own. And let's compare our answers. So from 13 to 9, 9 to 5, 5 to 1, 1 to negative 3, what are we doing? Since we're adding negative 4 or we're subtracting 4 to get to the next term. So our explicit definition would be, so I'm using B, the nth term is equal to the n minus 1 na term, or the next term is the previous term, minus 4, where the first term is equal to 13. Ang ating explicit definition would be, the nth term is equal to negative 4n plus 17. So let's check. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth term is 1. Let's try it. Negative 4 times 4, negative 16 plus 17 is equal to 1. So, mukhang tama naman yung ating both explicit and recursive definitions. Now, what these two number sequences have in common ay either nag-add lang ako or nagsusubtract para makapunta sa next term. So, simple lang. And that kind of sequence is what we call an arithmetic sequence. Definition natin, a number sequence is an arithmetic sequence if each term after the first is obtained by adding the same fixed number. Yung isa lang same lang ina-add natin. Let's call it D, which stands for difference or the common difference. Kasi siya yung common difference between every two consecutive terms. And we add D to the preceding term. Now, the nth term of an arithmetic sequence will be given by this formula. Let's try to see kung bakit siya logical. The nth term is the first term plus the common difference times n minus 1. Bakit siya logical? To get to the second term, you're adding D. To get to the fifth term, you're going to add the common difference to the first term 4 times. So, plus D, plus D, plus D, plus D to get to the fifth term. So, what this formula essentially does is you're adding the common difference n minus 1 times to the first term of your arithmetic sequence. So this is an explicit definition kasi usually alam mo naman yung first term, hindi mo kailangan malaman anywhere dito yung preceding term. So, let's find the 25th term of the arithmetic sequence 2, 5, 8, 11. So what are we doing? We're adding 3 to get to the next term. So by observation, masabi natin na yung common difference natin ay 3, D equals 3. By following this formula, you could see that the 25th term is equal to the first term plus 25 minus 1 multiplied to the common difference, which is 3. So, substituting our expressions, the first term is 2 plus 24 times 3, and this is equal to 74. So, the 25th term in this arithmetic sequence is 74. Next example natin, in an arithmetic sequence, the 18th term, a sub 18 is equal to 3, and the 52nd term, a sub 52 is equal to 173. Ganun din, what is the 25th term? So let's use our formula. The 52nd term, well, isipin natin, hindi ko na muna hahanapin yung first term. I'll just proceed from the 18th term. Kasi to get to the 52nd term, from the 18th term, ilang beses ko i-add yung common difference natin. So, hindi na ako babalik sa first at mag-add 51 times. From 18 papuntang 52, I will just add the common difference 52 minus 18 times. So, this is also a valid formula. Hindi ko na kailangan hanapin yung first term using the idea na nag-add lang tayo ng common difference paulit-ulit to get to the succeeding terms, and then we'll just add the common difference 52 minus 18 times. So let's substitute the values for the 52nd and the 18th term. This would be 173 is equal to 3 plus 34 times our common difference. We'll get that our common difference is 173 minus 3, 170 divided by 34. This is actually just equal to 5. But we're not done kasi we're looking for the 25th term. So using our formula ulit, the 25th term is equal to the 18th term. We could start from there. So add natin yung common difference na 5, 25 minus 18 times. So this is our working formula. 3 plus 7 times 5, and this will give us 38 for the 25th term. So I hope that made sense. So the 25th term is 38. And let's modify yung equation, yung formula na binigay natin dito. Isa na kung hindi tayo nagsa-start sa first term at nagsa-start tayo sa mth term, then the nth term is just the mth term plus n minus m times d. This will also work kahit mas malaki yung m kasi magiging negative lang to. So instead of adding the common difference, nagsusubtract tayo para umatras dun sa sequence natin. Now let's have another expression here, the arithmetic means, madami. And let's define that as the terms between any two terms of an arithmetic sequence. They are called the arithmetic means between those two terms. So kumbaga parang mag-i-insert ka ng a subsequence of numbers between two numbers para makabuo ng isang arithmetic sequence. Yun yung arithmetic means. So in our example, we're being asked to insert 3 arithmetic means between -1 and 14. So let's sort of illustrate what we're looking for. We're looking for 3 missing terms sa isang arithmetic sequence na nagsastart sa -1 hanggang 14. So we could define our first term to be -1 and our fifth term to be 14. Let's use our formula to find the common difference. So the fifth term equals the first term plus 5 minus 1 times the common difference. And 14 is equal to -1 plus 4 times d. And we'll find that our common difference is equal to 15 over 4. So hindi siya integer. Okay lang yun. We're just adding and subtracting values to get to the next term. But we're looking for the next 3 terms. So, anong gagawin natin? Mag-add na lang tayo sa first term ng 15 over 4. So, the second term is -1 plus 15 over 4. That gives us 11 over 4. The next term is 11 over 4 plus 15 over 4. That will give us 26 over 4 or 13 over 2. And the fourth term is 26 over 4. Gamitin natin yung over 4 para madaling mag-add. Plus 15 over 4. This will give us 41 over 4. So, check na rin natin para sigurado. Add ulit tayo ng 15 over 4 kung aabot tayong 14. So, the fifth term is 41 over 4 plus 15 over 4. This gives us 56 over 4, which is equal to 14. So, isulat natin yung final answers natin dun sa blanks. Our arithmetic means would be 11 over 4, 13 over 2, and 41 over 4. Pag hinahanap sa atin ay the arithmetic mean, isa lang. And then we're just looking for isang arithmetic mean between two terms. And it will turn out later that to find the arithmetic mean between two terms na isa lang, it's just the average of those two terms. Here we can see that we could also use arithmetic sequences to solve visual patterns. So in this case, what will be the 43rd step of this pattern? Ano ba yung pattern? Diba? Single block, nag-add ako ng 1, 2 blocks sa left at sa right to get to the next step. So we should be able to identify that the pattern is we're adding 2 every time to get to the next step. So that is our common difference, 2. And our formula would be the 43rd term is equal to the first term, which is 1, plus 43 minus 1, so 42 times 2. So 1 plus 42 times 2, 84. That would be 85. Hindi ko na ginawa yung computation. I hope that's okay. Another visual pattern that's interesting is itong lumalaking parang X ng pixels. You have 5, then magiging 9, then magiging 13. But let's identify the pattern. Nilalakihan natin yung X by adding 4 pixels dun sa left, upper left, lower left, upper right, lower right. So the common difference is 4. The initial value or the first term is equal to 5. So translating this dun sa language natin, the 43rd term, b sub 43, is equal to 5 plus 43 minus 1, 42 times 4. So 42 times 4, that's 168, plus 5, 173. So that's it for now sa arithmetic sequences. On our next video, we'll take a look at a different type of sequence, what we'll call the geometric sequence. So thank you very much and see you sa next lesson natin.